Good morning. It's Saturday. I'm in the office. You know what that means. The Saturday Morning Hustle Podcast. Outworking the competition while they still sleep. We're in the office. We're hustling. We're grinding on a Saturday while everyone else is taking it easy. Why? Because that's how we roll, right? That's right. That's what real hustlers and grinders look like. But today we're going to go past just simple hustle and grind. We're going to go deeper into two concepts that work together so that you get the maximum success potential out of your hard work. It's not just working to be working. It's not to be busy. It's not simply to have something to do. You're achieving goals, reaching success. We're going to talk about that today on the podcast. So put your seatbelt on, strap in, here we go. First of all, we're going to replace the old phrase, work smart so that you don't have to work hard. That's out. That's 2020, that's 2019, that's 1984, that's 1955. We're replacing that 2021. Work smart, then work hard. You need to do both of those things in that order. And I'm going to explain to you in depth today how those two things happen, how they go together, and how that equates to a much, much higher potential of success. So we start right at the top. Work smart. It's exactly what it sounds like. Have a plan. Put a strategy in place. Do the work before you put the effort in. Don't just willy-nilly randomly start doing stuff. Prioritize. Make a list. Put together all of your assets. Look for things that are missing or there are holes in your plan. If you need to do research, do that. If you need to understand something, figure that out. If you need a collaboration partner, if you need co-workers, collaborators, people to work with in the supply chain, both bringing in and creating and then sending out, on the process side, on the actual conversion side, on getting paid, all the way through the process of success. You need to understand every step and know that you have the keys in place so that when it's time to work hard, all you have to do is put your head down and work hard. Have a plan, have a strategy. The strategy starts by understanding your strengths and weaknesses, understanding who you are as an individual, understanding what your business or your product offering is, the value that it has for other people. So strengths and weaknesses, market condition, competition, your audience, that all creates your position coupled with your value proposition, what it is you're actually offering people, why they should care, why they would want to pay for it, what good it does for them, the problem it solves, how it fits into their life. All of those things have to be explained and documented. That's your work smart process. You have to understand all this before you could start selling anything. So, focused, measured, an adjustable plan. Not just doing stuff to do stuff, but focused, understanding who your audience is. Not everyone. Everyone is never your audience. Your audience should be highly targeted. And if you're a startup or a new business, a small business, or a business that is struggling, you must focus on your best core consumer. Not everyone, but the person very, very most likely to say yes to your sales conversion process, to say, I want to buy that product. I want to secure that service. I think the price and the value equate up. It's going to solve my problem. Yes. That is the target. Everyone else will come around in the peripheral if you're nailing that target. So target market, targeted messaging, strategy. And now that you understand what you're trying to achieve, how you're going to try to achieve it, who you're talking to, what you're going to say to them, what you're going to present to them, how you're going to do it, the channels you're going to use, all of the ways you're going to achieve that. Once you understand that in a focused way, when it gets time to do the work, you're not randomly doing things and you're not spending any time, any money, or any effort in areas that won't bring you the most potential for success. That's where it's at. The most potential for success, the highly focused target audience is all that matters. The extra stuff the bells and whistles, the things on the exterior of this don't matter. It just doesn't matter. Listen to me one more time. Those things don't matter. Go back to your core, go back to your focus, back to your strategy, have that plan into place. That plan will start with goals. Those goals create objectives. Objectives give you tactics. Tactics are the actual execution. That's where we get into the work. So once we get into tactics, we get into a list of things that you want to do. You want to make a video. You want to make a podcast. You want to create a series of tweets. You want to have Facebook posts. You want to have a print ad. You need a photo shoot. Now you're talking assets, all the assets you need to create in order to support that. You need graphic elements, you need photos, you need copy, you need music. If you're shooting video, do you need a space? Do you need a background? Do you need professional actors? Are you doing it yourself? All of this, do you need a script? All of this goes into how you execute something. The more that you plan, the more lists you can make, the more guidelines to what needs to be done first, in what order of importance, what supports something above it, and how all of the small pieces go to form the big pieces that go to form the actual execution of what you're trying to accomplish, that build the elements of your business, that puts you in the right position in order to create a transaction, execute, convert, make your money, and repeat that. Super important, repeatable. All of those elements need to be put in place. They need to be prioritized, and then you can get to work on it. So now we are ready to put in the hard work. Why are we describing it as work hard? Because everything great comes from hard work. There's no such thing as an overnight sensation, and no one makes anything happen the easy way. Occasionally, people, dumb luck, fall into success, but that's 1 in a billion. You can't count on that. Hope and wishing is not a business strategy. If you want to be successful, now that you have your plan, because you're working smart, you've got to put the effort in. But a lot of people think about working smart as a way to not work hard, to eliminate working hard, to avoid working hard. That's absolutely not it. By working smart, by having our strategy, having a plan, having our focus, creating those lists, those scenarios, understanding everything, and having priorities, we can put our head down and we can work hard. It's going to be hard work. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to go through the process. You only have so many hours in the day, so why not use those hours as effectively as possible? Don't simply be busy by working hard and being busy and burning through a lot of energy and a lot of time and a lot of effort and possibly a lot of cash and not be successful. Instead, only work on things that can create success for you. Create the things that support those things, create the things that make that happen, put all those things in your process, follow the plan, and then work hard. If you're focused, if you have a strategy, because you truly understand yourself, you understand your competition, you understand your audience, you actually understand the value proposition. If you really are doing something where you are presenting something of value to the proper audience in the proper channels in the way they want to receive it, it's not about you, it's about them. If you're doing those things in that order, the effort you put in, the potential for that to pay off is extremely high. If you're guessing, if you're just throwing stuff against the wall and see what happens, if you're just doing stuff to do stuff, the success level is extremely low. You want to follow the path of extremely high success. So work smart, now work hard. You're going to have to put this effort in, but the working smart doesn't mean we get to cut corners or quit early on the work hard. We're going to put the same amount of hours in, the same amount of effort in, but instead of just doing stuff, we're going to do continuation of the process. We're going to not just create a basic element, but the full element. We're not doing something 50%, we're doing 150%. We're doing everything at the highest level, at the highest quality, because we have the extra time, because we're being efficient, because we're working smart. So put the same amount or more hours in. If you want to outwork the competition, you can do that, but you can get so much more done if it's coming from a smart plan than it is from just simply doing stuff. It's not about being busy. It's about being effective in order to be successful. So when all of this goes together, when you work smart, then you work hard, the level of potential for success goes way, way, way up. That's the whole point. That's what we're doing here. That's why we're in the office on Saturday. That's why you're listening to this podcast. That's why you check out hashtags like the Saturday Morning Hustle, because you want to be more successful. I'm giving you the plan right now. The 2 things you can do to be more successful is work smart, then work hard. The 2 things that are completely in your control in this process, I've said this before on the podcast, but I want to make sure it gets mentioned again today on this episode. The 2 things you have complete control over: your attitude and your effort. Attitude and effort. Work smart, work hard. Do you see how this goes together? If you have a positive attitude, you do things in the right way. You do what's necessary in order to be successful, not necessarily what you want to do, but what you need to do to be successful. You're focused on success, achieving the success, not focused on a dream or an idea, but taking the actual steps that will get you to the place you need to be to declare yourself successful. If you have that attitude, if you're working smart like that, you now are willing to put the effort in. You have control of your effort. Don't call it quits early. Don't take the day off. Don't cut corners. Don't settle for good enough when you can do better, because you've been effective and efficient with your time management, with your planning, and with your smart plan. This is how the 2 things go together. The 2 things that will increase the potential for you to be successful: working smart and working hard. The 2 things you have complete control over in the process is your attitude and your effort. The 2 things correlate with each other. At the end of the day, successful people have the right attitude, have the right amount of effort necessary. They're willing to put it in. They work smart and they work hard. That's how that goes together. That's how you can be successful. It's all you have to do. It doesn't matter what you're trying to be successful at. If you achieve these things with this attitude and with this approach, you can build the blocks of success. Thanks for tuning into the podcast today. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Of course, we're here each and every week on the Saturday Morning Hustle. If it's Saturday, we're in the office, out working the competition while they still sleep. Make sure you check out the podcast today: iTunes, Anchor app, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser. There's a full video on YouTube. There's a behind the scenes on Instagram TV on my Instagram channel. That's the Kyle Golding on Instagram. Of course, you can check me out on Twitter, Kyle Golding on Twitter, LinkedIn, and now Facebook. This Saturday Morning Hustle has its own Facebook page. So facebook.com/Saturday Morning Hustle. You can find us on any and all platforms using the hashtag Saturday Morning Hustle. You can also find all episodes, all the swag, including Entrepreneur AF and Coffee and Donuts, t-shirts, hats, etc., and every episode, every podcast, and every social media post at SaturdayMorningHustle.com. Makes sense, right? It's Saturday. I'm in the office, out working the competition while they're still sleeping. You're here too. Appreciate you again each and every week. Until next time, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, hit the heart button, make a comment, leave a review, tell a friend, and keep on hustling.
Saturday